Alright, so it looks like Waves is getting stomped out in this red box of resistance that I'd drawn a couple days ago. I mentioned in my previous video that we would likely see some strong resistance within this range. If you take a look at the RSI, you can see we've been overextended since the beginning of March. We also have what looks like a head and shoulders pattern forming on the RSI. If you look in the past, and this has happened before, we saw that after this relatively large pump to the upside that we had a very strong move to the downside. If we move down to the 4-hourly chart, we can see that we have broken this uptrending level of support, flipping it resistance. If we pull up our Ichimoku cloud and our EMA ribbon, you can see that support has caught up with us. The only problem I have with this is that we have moved up way too fast in such a short amount of time for this to be sustainable. Another thing to keep in mind is that the more often you touch a level or zone of support and resistance, the more likely you are to break it. So the more often we touch support, the more likely we are going to break support. Now this is true with the EMA ribbon right now, as you can see, but we do have the Ichimoku cloud below us, spanning I think about 30%. In my opinion, I think we'll come to the bottom of this cloud, retest this green box, find our way back into this cloud before moving back upward and potentially consolidating around this red trend line. Now on the bullish side of things, if this does hold, both the Ichimoku cloud and the EMA ribbon, we could easily see a pump upwards, retest of this line, and a continuation. If we go back to the daily chart, we can zoom in here and take a look at this. We can see that the Ichimoku cloud is hovering around this range for support. You can also see that the EMA ribbon is likely to come up within this range, especially if the 200 EMA makes its way into this range. We could likely find some pretty strong support in this area. And again, if this doesn't hold, we'll likely come back down to the green box below it. If we check out the Waves Bitcoin pair, we could see that we are finding resistance in this red box. I also mentioned this in my previous video that we likely see a triple top here. The biggest question would be is if we do get rejected here, where is this Bitcoin pair going to fall to? If we zoom out, you can see that we have a zone of support in this range here. Since this did move up very quickly, I wouldn't be surprised if this saw a correction back down to this green box before moving back up to test this level again. If this green box doesn't hold, we'll likely consolidate for a little bit before retesting this uptrending level of support. So this is all I have for Waves. This is not financial advice, and happy trading.